Simple Life presents Ways to Deal with Work Burnout. Work burnout is a special type of work-related stress. A state of physical or emotional exhaustion that also involves a sense of reduced accomplishment and loss of personal identity. Here are ways to deal with work burnout. 1. Recognize the signs. Key signs of burnout include forgetfulness and difficulty concentrating, diminished pride in your work, losing sight of yourself and your goals, difficulty maintaining relationships and being present with loved ones, frustration and irritability with coworkers, unexplained muscle tension, pain, fatigue, and insomnia. Burnout can have a far-reaching impact, often negatively affecting work performance, keeping you from enjoying hobbies and time with family, or relaxing outside of work. Taking action to address burnout is essential since it generally only gets worse. 2. Find the source. It's tough to make changes when you don't know exactly what needs to change, but exploring contributing factors or sources of stress in your life can help. Burnout often relates to job and professional triggers, like the stress of an increasingly demanding job. But you could also experience burnout when having a rigorous academic schedule, dealing with relationship problems, especially ones that seem to circle with no resolution, caring for a loved one with a serious or chronic health condition. Trying to do too much on your own also creates an ideal environment for burnout to fester. The stress that accompanies every single factor might be manageable on its own, but the combination can easily overwhelm you if you don't take steps to get support. 3. Identify immediate changes you can make. You might recognize a few ways to lighten your load right away. 3 different time-consuming projects keeping you working long hours, week after week? Those with a lot of ambition to succeed in their careers are tempted to do it all. But this can backfire when you end up with no energy for anything. Instead, try accepting that doing it all isn't realistic. Ask your supervisor to reassign one project or add someone else to your team. Those with people-pleasing tendencies often take on too much to avoid letting anyone down. If you're already running out of hours in the day for the things you need to do, adding more tasks will only add more frustration and stress. Evaluate your existing commitments and consider canceling or rescheduling a few. The immediate relief this brings may surprise you. 4. Talk to people you trust. If you feel unsure of how to begin sorting through the causes of burnout and looking for ways to ease your stress, that's normal. Burnout can become so overwhelming that determining how to address it still seems exhausting. It's also hard to identify potential solutions when you feel completely spent. Involving a trusted loved one can help you feel supported and less alone. Friends, family members, and partners can help you brainstorm possible solutions. They're close enough to your life to have some understanding of what works for you, but have enough distance to consider the situation with some clarity. Opening up to people about the distress you're experiencing can take some courage, especially when you worry they'll see you as incapable or lazy. But struggling through burnout alone can make overcoming it more difficult. And you never know, your loved ones may have experienced burnout themselves and could have some valuable insight to share. 5. Examine your options. Unfortunately, addressing burnout isn't always straightforward. But this doesn't have to mean it will hold you down forever. You may not see an easy road to recovery, but a little exploration may unearth some kind of path. Maybe your boss keeps piling work on, despite your requests for help from coworkers or time to finish current projects first. It might be time to start searching for a new job that respects your capabilities. If you feel burned out because of relationship difficulties, a counselor can offer support as you take a closer look at your relationship and whether it's serving your best interests. In short, when you give everything you have and it still isn't enough, there's not much more you can do besides moving on. Sometimes, just knowing other routes exist can renew hope and help you remember you have the power to make changes, even if those changes don't happen right away. 6. Take back control. Burnout can make you feel powerless. You might feel as if your life is rushing past and you can't keep up. If outside factors contributed to burnout, you might blame these circumstances and have a hard time seeing what you can do to change the situation. You may not have control over what happened to bring you to this point, but you do have the power to take back control and begin to recharge. To start, try these tips. Prioritize. Some things just have to get done, but others can wait until you have more time and energy. Decide which tasks are less important and set them aside. Delegate. You can't do everything yourself, so if more tasks than you can handle need immediate attention, pass them off to someone you trust. Leave work at work. Part of burnout recovery is learning to prioritize work-life balance. After leaving work, focus on relaxing and recharging for the next day. Be firm about your needs. Talk to others involved and let them know what's happening. Explain that you need some support to take care of your health and manage your workload productively. 7. Set boundaries. Setting limits on the time you give to others can help you manage stress while recovering from burnout. Accepting too many commitments can cause overwhelm. Before you agree to help someone or accept an invitation, think of the following. Push the pause button. Take a moment to walk through everything that will be required of you if you agree. Ask yourself if you have the time and energy. Consider whether doing it offers value to you. Part of boundary setting also involves learning to say no. You're not lazy, selfish, or mean for declining a request for your precious time. Being selective about accepting commitments is key to taking care of your mental health, honoring the truly important commitments, and proactively preventing burnout. 8. Practice self-compassion. Reaching a point of burnout can bring up feelings of failure and a loss of purpose or life direction. You might feel as if you can't do anything properly or you'll never achieve your goals. When you reach a point of burnout, you've probably pushed yourself past the point of what most people would consider themselves capable of for some time. What would you say to a friend in your situation? Chances are, you'd offer empathy and kindness instead of telling them how utterly they failed. Grant yourself the same love and support. Remind yourself you don't have to be perfect, and that it's okay to need a break. In the end, all you can do is your best with the strengths you have. But you'll find it easier to use those strengths when you aren't running on empty. 9. Pay attention to your needs. Taking charge of your physical and emotional health is key to burnout recovery. In an ideal world, reaching the point of burnout would mean you immediately take time off, clear your schedule, and dedicate your days to rest. But most people simply can't do that. If you have bills to pay and children to take care of, quitting may seem impossible until you have other prospects. If you're caring for a sick family member who has no other relatives, you may not have anyone else to turn to for support. Practicing good self-care can make recharging easier while you try other strategies to reset. Try these tips. Make enough time for restful sleep. Spend time with loved ones, but don't overdo it. Alone time is important, too. Try to get some physical activity in each day. Eat nutritious meals and stay hydrated. Try meditation, yoga, or other mindfulness practices for improved relaxation. 10. Remember what makes you happy. Severe burnout can drain you and make it hard to remember what you used to enjoy. You may have lost your passion for a career you once loved and feel angry and resentful when you get to work each day. Perhaps you no longer care about your favorite hobbies, or you've stopped responding to texts from friends because you lack the energy for conversation. You might even feel perpetually irritated and snap at your partner or family without meaning it. To counter these feelings, create a list of the things that bring you joy. It might include things like Long walks with your best friend. Taking your child to the park. Reading a book in the bathtub. Make time for these activities every week, and keep this habit up even after you feel more like yourself. 11. Talk to a therapist. Confronting burnout isn't easy, especially when it's already taken a toll on your relationships and quality of life. A therapist can offer professional guidance by helping you identify causes, explore possible coping methods, and navigate any life challenges contributing to burnout. Burnout can provoke feelings of helplessness and can also play a part in feelings of depression, so it's particularly important to talk with a therapist if you feel hopeless, have a persistent low mood, experience thoughts of hurting yourself or others. Resetting yourself after burnout can be a lengthy process. By choosing to address it, you've already taken the first step. Check out the link below for your free audiobook from Audible. If you like the video, do subscribe, like, and comment. Do hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification. Thank you for watching.